Original Foxy Plush back for another Roblox video, and today we're going to be playing Beestorm Simulator. I hope you all are doing well. Today I'm going to go over which bee is better, the vicious bee or the windy bee. Now, if you're new to this channel, please smash the subscribe button down below and hit that notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. If you like this video, please leave a like, and let's get straight into this. But before we begin, I'm going to go over some few codes that Anna has released within the last few months that are still valid. So recently, Anna released BrownBearReboot, which gives you dandelion boosts. You also have 5 million members, which gives you a lot of berries and boosts. You also have PineappleParty, which gives you like an extreme pineapple boost. You also have Buoyant, which gives you blue flower boost, and BigBag, which gives you a capacity boost in your inventory, basically. And that's about it. So now, what do you think? Vicious bees and windy bees. Which one is better? Put your comments down below and say which one's better. And let's begin. Now, how do you get these bees? The vicious bee, you need to be able to access the 5 bee zone. Once you get there, you also need to save up 250 stingers to sacrifice to the vicious bee shrine thing, and you get the vicious bee egg, which just ends up in your inventory. For the windy bee, on the other hand, you need 35 bees to get there. And then you also need to complete 10 spirit quests to get the petal to sacrifice to the wind shrine. After you do that, you also need to save up cloud veils, which you get from defeating windy bees, and you sacrifice those until you get the egg. So in this category, obviously, the vicious bee is so much easier to get because you don't have to wait so long to get 35 bees. Now, stats and abilities. The vicious bee has a default of 4 attack per hit, whereas the windy bee does only 3. But the windy bee is faster than the vicious bee. The windy bee has a speed of 19.6, and the vicious bee only has 7.5. But compared to the basic bee, that's obviously so much more. Now moving on to abilities, windy bee has a total of 3 abilities, where the vicious bee only has 2. Both of these bees have attack abilities, which I'll get into in a bit, and they both create honey in some way. So the vicious bee ability Impale creates damaging spikes that creates spikes equal to their level. So what that means is the amount of spikes there are is equal to the level of the bee. So like for example, if they're like level 1, it'll only spawn 1 spike. The damage is 5% of the target's health, and the more spikes it spawns, the less damage each spike does. The vicious bee's other ability is Blue Bomb, which basically collects 8 pollen from 29 different blue fields. Blue flowers, I mean. It increases by 5% by the levels. So like if it was level 5, it will increase by 25%, etc. Now, the windy bee, on the other hand, has the 3 special abilities, or 3 abilities, I mean. The tornado, the white boost, and the cloud. Starting with the easiest one, white boosts. This grants an increase of 25% white pollen from white flowers for a total of 15 seconds. This boost can be stacked up to 10 times. The cloud summons a cloud in a different field. It usually doesn't spawn one in the field that you're standing in, but it spawns one in a random field, and it lasts only for a minute. The cloud increases like the time it lasts for by 5 seconds per level. So for example, again, if the windy bee was level 5, it will stay there for 25 extra seconds. And if you don't already know, clouds make flowers grow faster and grants 25% pollen for nearby players. And lastly, the windy bee's best move, in my opinion, the tornado. The tornado takes up your stored haste tokens and turns it into a tornado. And this tornado can go around damaging enemies and collecting tokens and pollen, and it doesn't decrease by the amount of tornadoes since it only summon one, but it increased by um, the amount of tokens it has saved up. So like the lifespan of it, the speed, and damage are all increased by the haste tokens that you have stacked up, and also by your bee's level. And lastly, one of the most important categories out there, how much pollen and honey can the windy bee and vicious bee make? The windy bee, since it's obviously very fast, it can collect 10 pollen in 3 seconds and make 80 honey in 2 seconds. Whereas the vicious bee only creates 10 pollen in 4 seconds and creates 80, not 20, 80 honey in 4 seconds. So if we add up all these categories that we've gone over, we can obviously say that the windy bee is so much better. But other than just being better, it's also just harder to get in general. So that makes sense for it to be better. So I hope you guys liked this video. If you have any questions that you want me to answer, feel free to leave it in the comments below, and I'll try to answer as quick as possible. And just know, you all are beautiful.